Hello again, I'm Fran.
And I'm Hannah.
In this Freshwater Habitats Trust video, we are going to take you through the final phase of filling in the pond habitat survey.
We filled in a large proportion of the pond habitat survey form, only a few more questions to go. We'll look at pond management questions next.
The first of these is to describe how much and to what extent the pond is grazed. If the pond is grazed, we tick the box.
We then have to decide how much of the pond is grazed. Firstly, the area of the pond grazed. Bear in mind that grazing animals quite happily wade into shallow water. In this case, we estimate that around 60% of the total pond area could be grazed.
In this pond, ponies can access 100% of the pond margin, but in other ponds, dense scrub along the margin or partially fenced ponds may limit access. But be aware that if the pond has dried out, animals may be able to access the pond margin in front of the scrub cover.
Judging the intensity of grazing can be a difficult measure if you haven't got anything for comparison. Lightly grazed ponds will have tall vegetation around the pond margin. Moderately grazed ponds will have short vegetation, but little or no bare ground.
As grazing intensity increases, the area of bare ground increases. Very muddy ponds with no vegetation and heavily poached margins will score 5. The pond we are surveying today is about a 4.
The recording form then has a section on pond management. This refers to any management that you can see which has taken place in the last 12 months. There is no evidence of extra management on this pond.
The next section on the recording form will help to tell us about water quality and pollution.
Turbidity is measured by looking down into around 20 centimetres of pond water. We would rate this pond as scoring 2, moderately clear. If you have a pH or conductivity meter, or the Clean Water for Wildlife quick kits, you can fill in the section on water chemistry.
One of the most important variables on the form is the pond substrate. This is the geology that immediately lies under the pond, made up of one or more components. The layer that would be revealed if you removed the organic matter like leaf litter. You need to give each type of geology a score from 1 to 3 corresponding to its percentage.
In ponds which have a drawdown zone, it is sometimes possible to see the substrate. This pond is a mixture of silt/clay and sand/gravel, so we will give each of these substrate types a score of 2. The other substrate types are not present, so we will give them a score of 1.
The final section of the Pond Habitat Survey form is all about the surrounding habitat and the quality of the habitat for amphibians. We'll answer the 2 amphibian questions first. The question about habitat quality for amphibians is asking you to decide whether there are good opportunities for foraging and shelter adjacent to or completely surrounding the pond.
If there is rough grassland, scrub or woodland close to the pond, it will be good for amphibians.
Short vegetation or urban ponds with little adjacent habitat will provide poor or no habitat for amphibians.
Our pond is surrounded by some fantastic amphibian habitat. It would score a 4.
Our second amphibian question relates to the water quality for amphibians. This can be investigated if you have a PondNet and want to take an invertebrate sample, but you can judge it based on the other answers on the form.
Given the surrounding habitat, the number of different dragonfly species seen egg laying, and the results from our Clean Water for Wildlife test kits, we would rate this pond as good. The final part of the form provides information on the surrounding habitat within 5 metres and 100 metres of the pond. The surrounding habitat is measured out from the winter water line.
You can measure 5 metres by taking 5 large paces away from the pond margin. Then complete the form accordingly, depending on the percentage of different types of habitat around the pond. The habitat within 100 metres of the pond is more easily assessed using a map. We suggest you use a satellite image.
We've reached the end of the form and answered all the questions. All we have left to do is take some photographs and then submit the results to our PondNet regional officer or email a copy to info@freshwaterhabitats.org.uk. If you still have questions about certain elements of the survey, you can visit our website for more information and to download a copy of the Pond Habitat Survey Manual.
If you would like to volunteer to undertake a pond habitat survey for us, or you have your own pond that you'd like to survey, then please get in touch with us via our website. Thanks for watching.